Well, hello and welcome to I Love Gay today. And we have a special version here where we're going to kind of merge in a little bit of another world that we're in with LGBTQ PopOn. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And we're here with Dustin Woehrmann from Communify in New Orleans. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good.
Good to
You and
see
I
you,
have
man.
been, we keep running into each other the last few days. We're participating in different conferences, virtual conferences, and the, all
Yes.
the all these different ways that businesses are kind of adapting to trying to get the word out in 2020.
Yeah. It's crazy the number of Zoom calls that we jump on and off each day.
And trying to get our work done at the same time.
Right. Well, that happens like after hours.
But yeah, just in a nutshell, as I've known you for a very long time, but yeah, just tell us a little bit about who you are and kind of how you got started in all this and what you guys do.
Sure. So, yeah, I'm based in New Orleans. I've been here about 14 years, but I started my agency in Los Angeles, actually,
Oh,
which is where we met.
yeah. Yep.
And we, over the years, have done all kinds of work. We've, in the LGBTQ space specifically, we've worked with destinations, we've worked with media partners. We designed Gay Wired and She Wired back in the day with
Yep.
you.
Yep.
We've worked with Outfest. We've worked with all kinds of nonprofits. And outside of that, we do a lot of branding, website, any sort of that helps our clients with with what their needs are.
Yeah.
So
But it seems that especially for because you have a strong focus on creative and strategy, but I've noticed over the years that you really do a great job of kind of teaming up with others to be able to kind of accentuate and be a part of other projects as well.
yeah, we actually work a lot with other agencies.
Yeah.
So sometimes an agency of record for a destination or for a brand will bring us in to do creative for a specific. It could be an LGBTQ focus campaign, or it could just be sort of a spin-off campaign that they need help with. But we absolutely love and have been really appreciative of those types of partnerships over the years.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I know that's how you and I have kind of stayed in touch over the years as well as through that same genre. But how have you adapted now that pandemic, quarantine, 2020, crazy year?
Oh man, it's yeah, uh, so much happened, right? I mean, we the first thing is like trying to figure out how to keep your staff, all together and engaged and communicating, so we were doing, sort of daily Zoom calls. Just sometimes they would be just 5 or 10 minutes just to see another face, because we're just so used to being in an office scenario. And then we really tried to start reaching out to our clients and just offering help to them. So we set up like these free sessions, sort of like free advice,
Yeah.
Snoopy style,
Yep.
where people would be able to sign up for a short block of time and be able to chat with us about whatever. Like some people needed quick help with how to post something on their website that was related to COVID, or some people needed just a quick design, help with
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
social post or whatever. And we just really tried to be there for them as much as possible. And I think it also gave us a great opportunity to get some insights about our clients that maybe we didn't take the time to do before. So I think moving into this whenever the post-COVID world is, I feel like we're going to have like these really great and different insights from our clients. So
Yeah. It's kind of the silver lining we had, especially at the beginning when everything stopped, and it's like we have a little time to step back, reevaluate, and reconnect with some folks. And it seems like
yeah,
you've
for
kind of done
sure.
that as well.
For sure. Yeah, it was actually really nice to be able to have, conversations, and I did really reach out to some people that I hadn't spoken to for some time. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was nice.
Well, also, when it comes to destinations and so forth, though, you're doing a lot. You're doing because when I've known you, I know you worked a lot with New Orleans and tourism there and with Salt Lake. But are they still? But travel seems to be hardest hit. So are they still trying to keep relevant and do things?
Yeah, that's so here for us was slated to be pretty big in terms of the different partnerships for like gay prides and events and the destinations that we were working with. So that was for us the quickest disappearance, and the quickest kind of like panic mode. And I think for our destinations, what we've really been advising them is to just try to, I know some of them are limited staff and they're, definitely having a bit of a hard time this year, but we've been trying to work with them to keep their websites up to date. And for both New Orleans and Salt Lake, we've worked with them really closely to develop a local advisory group based on or filled with different LGBTQ members from the community that can advise them. And so we've been trying to, for instance, for Visit Salt Lake, their Pride figured out a different way of doing Pride this year, and Visit Salt Lake was able to participate in it because they were sort of keeping that conversation open. Otherwise, had they not had that line of communication open, they wouldn't know, and wouldn't be able to support or have that as content for them. So yeah, that's been great. And then one other thing that is we're working on right now, which I think could be great for destinations, is called Last Call. We're partnering with Outfest Now and Gaber's agency.
Yeah.
And the idea is that, for some destinations, they may not necessarily want to be talking about tourism right now. But the idea with this program is that it's giving us the opportunity to talk about LGBTQ spaces and neighborhoods that are sort of at risk right now, right? So we could partner with with New Orleans and talk about sort of the lost art of gay Mardi Gras and how that is potentially going to be affected. Or we could be talking about in New York, we could be talking about Stonewall, but reaching out to all these different destinations and like giving them a really interesting way to create some content right now that would be relevant to now and sort of help some of these destinations out. So excited about that program.
That's why that's why we wanted to tap into you for the LGBTQ PopOn, which for any folks that don't know, we're forming a virtual marketing advertising advisory group, and it's just a way for us to kind of connect and communicate and collaborate about such ideas and projects like this. And Dustin's one of our founding members, and that's where topics like this, we're hoping we're going to be able to expand upon with the group as well.
Yeah, I think it would be really great. I think, figuring out as a group, doing some brainstorming and sort of think tank style on how we could even help destinations more, and maybe even come up with some tools for them that would help, because I know that they're certainly, struggling. And also LGBTQ organizations and nonprofits are, they're not able to do any fundraisers right now, and they're all struggling. So finding whatever ways we can to help them, I think is super important right now.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big part of our first part, at least, of 2021. And especially including also Pride festivals, because Pride festivals, a lot of them went virtual this year, but I think they're going to be rethinking, kind of looking at what worked, what didn't. And in 2021, if things aren't ready for it all to be open by June, I think there's going to be a lot of interesting new adaptations.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think we have a presentation tomorrow at CMI about how Boise did some changes to theirs. And I mentioned Salt Lake, who really kind of, did an interesting play where the parade was sort of reversed, and the people, you decorated your own car and then you were in the parade. And I thought that was a really fun, a fun take on, the Pride Parade for this year.
And the festivals and the film festivals are doing drive-in theater adaptations of what used to be going into a regular theater. So that's what I mean. We're seeing things that I think are going to be wins, that are gonna actually have a whole life of their own moving forward, just because it's kind of an exciting new change.
Yeah, it'll be interesting also to just see like the things that were introduced during this time that we won't go back on, the things that we'll sort of incorporate into our daily, our daily life.
Like
So.
connecting like this.
Yeah, right. Totally.
I love this, but I do look forward to being able to see you in the real world. Hopefully, if at IGLTA in August or September of next year, if not sooner.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely miss seeing everyone, and I'm a hugger, so I miss that.
I look forward to seeing you. And in the meantime, thanks for taking a few moments to share a little bit about what you're up to.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.